Does Lauren Conlin with us?
Hi, I'm here.
All righty, and boom, there go the numbers, 74, 75. They're skyrocketing now. I guess they
Oh
want to,
yeah.
they don't want to, Frank, you got to take that back. She's actually brought back a monster piece of our audience.
Well, let's see where we are in a few minutes.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
all right. Well,
Never
Lauren,
ends.
if you've ever been called out, I think that was it. You should be sharing the Facebook stream to your significant celebrity audience and let them know that we
Yes.
need more people to hear the message. And, you know, we always have some fun. We try every so often to take people's minds off of fear and hysteria and talk about what's cool, what's happening in entertainment, and what people can watch. A little more newsy today than that. But you're the best person to talk about another failing operation, the New York City DA's office, and this Epstein documentary that just came out on Netflix. More questions than answers, it seems.
I totally agree, and it's a fascinating but really tragic story. And the documentary opened my eyes to a lot of things, but like you said, it left me with a lot of questions unanswered. I wish they kind of touched more upon his suicide. I am not a conspiracy theorist. However, when it comes to this, I definitely am. I have so many theories on his death that we can talk about or not talk about.
Yeah.
But I want to hear what is your take on that,
Well,
John?
I'll tell you this. Frank's gonna
Okay.
start laughing, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist either. I'm not. I don't get into that. Nah, I do it all the time. You know
Okay.
that. Um,
Oh,
but
okay. I was gonna say I heard differently, but
right, my take on this is, and I still stick with it today. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself, and in
mhm.
fact, I believe he's still alive. And Frank has a way more sane take on things. So, what do you think, Frank?
I have no idea. I mean, I'd like certainly it seems like a pretty damning indictment of the Bureau of Prisons that this guy who was on suicide watch, the most watched prisoner in the world, was in a position to kill himself, and it certainly, at the very least, seems like a tremendous amount of incompetence on the part of the Bureau of Prisons. But I am curious, Loren, did you actually see the documentary itself?
I did, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that I actually read an article that he wasn't watched very closely in the last
Hmm.
24 hours of his life. The prison really messed up. So
So for the casual observer of this
yes,
story who hasn't yet seen the documentary, what are they going to learn? What are they in store for?
so a lot of us were curious about what Jeffrey Epstein did to get his money.
Hmm.
How did he become this rich, this I shouldn't say rich, this ridiculously rich person? So we'll learn that, or we'll learn some of that. And I think that the documentary, it sheds a lot of light on the victims. All the victims really get a lot of airtime in telling their story, which is also very important. But going back to, again, I know, I'm sorry, I am really fascinated by his death, and I just want to share that I am apolitical when it comes to this stuff. However, I'm going to say that I think the Clintons had something to do with Jeffrey Epstein's death. I
Yeah.
know,
Oh.
I'm sorry, but wait,
Yeah. There
again,
we
I and
go. I call
I
them the
want to be
Clinton
careful.
cartel.
No, I want to be careful with what I say because again, I'm entertainment, I'm apolitical. But I don't know if you have read about Anthony Bourdain and that whole thing that the Clintons had something to do with his death, which could be completely absurd, totally wild. But that Anthony Bourdain was going to out them for this pedophile ring that they were a part of, which connects to Harvey Weinstein and which also connected to Jeffrey Epstein. So there's a little trail there that you could kind of get really deep into or not, but I don't know, it got me thinking, and that's my theory on it.
All right. Well, I'm thinking about this. You came into the segment with 72 viewers. We're at 66. I don't know if you shared it on your Facebook, but you're leaving Frankie a wide opening here if we don't get the numbers going before the end of this segment, by the way.
I didn't share it yet. I just got off an interview right before this, so I didn't share it yet. But I will, because I can't have you guys, thinking that I'm responsible for this. So
Trust me, we put up with a lot because of you, Loren. This is the least of it.
And I put up with you mispronouncing my name, so I think we're even.
He loves that.
Look, that might be true. Lest anyone think that Loren is actually bothered by this. Nico or Jessica, put up that one image that I sent you earlier. If we could put that up on the screen right now, have the viewers take a look at this. As you can see in this text message here, Loren writes, "I love to be offended," and I make clear that it's not my intention, but some people are a glutton for punishment. Lest anyone think we're picking on poor Loren here.
No,
trust me, this
totally
is right up her alley.
I love to be offended. It's one of my favorite things ever. So
that's right. Now, Loren, let me ask you about some of the things you've been doing on the Red Carpet Rendezvous podcast. You had one of my favorites on the other day, Mira Sorvino. Apparently, she's in a new movie, which I hadn't heard of. What's this movie, and what was it like talking to her?
Water Lily Jaguar. It's an indie film, and it was actually directed by her best friend, Melora Walters, who is also an actress, and Mira's husband, Christopher Backus, was in it as well. It's a good movie. You can skip it, though.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Yeah, it's good. Skip it, not important. But Mira is amazing. There was a lot of things I wanted to ask her, but we were not permitted to. It had a lot to do with the whole Harvey Weinstein drama, just because Mira disappeared for a while after she came forward. So I had a lot I wanted to ask, but unfortunately we had to stick to the movie. But she's amazing. She's been one of my favorite actresses for such a long time, and it was wonderful talking to her.
And you also you did a bonus episode, which is always nice, but you did a bonus episode with comedian Nick Callis, and you focused on every comedian's favorite subject is material of theirs that bombed. What did you learn about Mr. Callis in your half-hour chat with him?
Well, I wanted to promote him because I really think that he is going to be huge one day. But, he made it clear that comedy is in the eye of the beholder or the listener, if you will. So he basically said that half is material bombs, which I understand. It's really tough to be a comedian.
I'm sure you could relate. I mean, you hope to be at the point where only half of your material bombs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd love that if only half my material bombed.
Yeah.
I'm batting like 250. I think it's like 75% of my material bombs.
But it takes guts, it takes balls to get up there. And I have a lot of respect for comedians and for public figures who put themselves out there.
Absolutely.
Got it. All right, Lauren, thank you so much for joining us. You're the bomb. And go check out the Red Carpet Rendezvous podcast with Lauren Conlin. She's regular here with us, great friend of the show. And I don't know if you heard, but me and Frankie actually opened a salon in my backyard yesterday, and we both got haircuts. Did we lose her? Oh, she left the room. All right. I didn't know if she...
Yeah, I think she thought you were rapping, John.
Yeah, no, it was a good... I did kind of confuse it there a little bit. So we fell off to 52 viewers, Frank, and then all of a sudden it shot back up when she came on.
Well, that's just 52 on...
No, I know.
Facebook.
I'm saying that's just my Facebook. I can't even see all of them, but I'm trying to track it from here. But certainly a lot of stuff going on why COVID is disappeared now from the mainstream media. But everything you need to know about COVID and what you can do in June, which is Men's Health Month, we'll talk about right after this with Dr. Bindia Gandhi, family physician. She just happens to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So we'll see what's happening with the riots down in her neck of the woods right after this.